Hi everybody, David here. Long time no see. I haven't put a video out for a long time, and there's been a good reason for that, which I'll tell you about later on. It's a bit of a serious message. But anyway, today is going to be a brew day video. I've just got my, I'll show you actually, if I can. I'll bring you a bit closer. I don't know whether you can see it there. I'm just recirculating my mash. It's a New England IPA. I've only 12 minutes. I'm mashing at 67. I'm back. Then I'm going to do a mash out. Yeah, it's a New England IPA. I did one about 2 or 3 weeks back actually. That's keg now. But today, it's a different, slightly different grain bill. And definitely different hops. They were all South African hops last time. But today I'm using Luminosa, Strata, and a little bit of Southern Passion. They are South African, but the other ones I think are American. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Luminosa is a new hop to me. I've never used it. Strata, I've made some beautiful IPAs with them. Lovely hops. So let's see if they work together. The malt miller suggested it on an email. So I thought, well, let's have a go. I've also bought from the malt miller recently. I know some of you have got these and had them a long time, probably years, but I bought this a couple of weeks ago. I've been pressure testing it. It's a pressure fermenter from Kegland, the firm Zilla, and I'm very excited today. I just hope I've fastened these tri-clamps up, otherwise it's going to go all over the floor. So I've been reading up, I don't think you actually start off a New England IPA under pressure because you want the yeast to shine, plenty of oxygen, you want it to create some esters and stuff. You only start pressuring it when you add the dry hops and you put them in under pressure so it keeps that dry hop aroma. That's what I've read anyway. So we'll start it not under pressure, we'll dump the trub. And then when we put the dry hops in that bottom container, we'll put it in under pressure and we'll keep it under pressure and we'll transfer to the keg under pressure. I did a dry run, well, it wasn't a dry run, it wasn't beer run, it was Starsan. I transferred Starsan from it under pressure into a keg just to check that I was doing it right. And it worked. I kept having to release the pressure, but I might show you that in another video. I know people have done it. I watched one the other day from about 4 years back, so I'm well behind times. Anyway, I'll get on. I've rabbited on enough. I don't think I've told you what grain bill is, but it's the usual Marisotta, wheat, flaked oats, carapils, Caragold, dextrin, acid malt, bitter caramel, that sort of thing. So I'll get on with it because I'm just about ready to do a mash out soon, and I've just checked pH, it's 5.2. So I'll tell you a bit more about it later on, and the reason why I haven't been putting videos out, which is a serious message to everyone. Well, I'm just whirlpooling now. The efficiency was down. I should have got a pre-boil gravity of 1.068 according to Brewfather. Only got 1.058. Then I realised when I checked I put 2 litres too much water in, so that would have affected it. I'm just doing a whirlpool. I don't know whether you can see it. It's supposed to be whirlpooling. Can you see it? I don't know. Anyway, when it's finished whirlpooling, I'll let it stand another 20 minutes. And then I'll just do a clip showing us getting it into that pressure fermenter. You can see then if it leaks. My wife's going to come and help me with that bit. And then at the end, I'll have a drink with you and just tell you that bit at the beginning, why I haven't been putting videos up. So see you in a bit. Right, we're transferring now. The valve's open, the butterfly valve. You always leave that open during fermentation, except when you want to dump the trub or put your dry hops in. Let's see if there's a bit of a leak. Now we're wanting this to be about 30 degrees because the yeast I've got, never used this before, Mango Madness, it says anything from 30 upwards, 31 to 35. So I've got a temperature strip. I'll get me thermometer out in a bit. No, we're not there yet, it's not going far enough to touch it. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of hot residue in there, but there was 50 grams of that went in, Luminosa, 50 grams of Strata went in, plus 25 grams of Southern Passion. So we're down on the gravity. I think it's about 1.062 and we should have got 1.072, so I'm 10 points down. Just means a less ABV beer, which will suit my wife. She'll have a 6%er instead of a 7%er. She'll be happy about that, won't you, love? Not speaking to me. She still thinks it's too high. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a bit and we'll have a drink and a chat. Okay, we've got about 22 litres. If that, let's have a look. If that chart's right there, not saying it's accurate, but it's supposed to be 23. I reckon there'll be 23 in. A bit murky. Pitch that yeast, love, then. It's 35 degrees the temperature. I've had the thermometer in it. It's dead on 35, and it says that you can pitch that up to 36, 37. It's got to be fermented hot. It's obviously going to cool down. I mean, it's a cool day, really. But I wanted to start. Have we had any leaks? No, I think them marks are just what we might have spilt. But it's too late now. Anyway, that's it. It's crept up to OG of 1.062, I think. So we're only 10 down. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a minute with a drink. Right, we've finished, and the OG wasn't 1.062. I read it too early, it was too hot, the sample. So I did a hydrometer reading and did another reading on the trial jar, and it came out at 1.068, which is only 4 points under what I should have got, which was 1.072. So that's a bit better, isn't it? So I'm just having a drink of the previous New England IPA I made. Not the best I've ever done, but it's not bad. But we're not here to talk about that. So I haven't been making videos. Well, the last video I was going to make was going to be in South Africa, the Fools and Fans Beer Festival. My wife and I were going to go in early April. I was going to make a video for you of the Home Brewers Festival on the Friday, and on the Saturday was the Commercial Brewers Festival, like I did last year. Obviously it would have been a bit different this year. But unfortunately, a couple of weeks before that, I had a colonoscopy. Now this came about because at my age, every so often you get a bowel kit come through the post, if you're of a certain age, and you send the sample off back to the bowel people in the laboratory. And I've done it 3 or 4 times and it's always come back clear, no further action needed. What they're looking for is blood in your poo, basically. But unfortunately this time it came back and it said they'd found some. So they arranged for me to have a colonoscopy, which was 2 weeks and a day before I was due, or my wife and I were due to fly to South Africa. During the colonoscopy, which will not say how painful it was because it was excruciating, unfortunately it was discovered that I had bowel cancer. The person doing the colonoscopy, the consultant, found a large tumour in my bowel, and he said, "I'm sorry, you can't go to South Africa, you need urgent medical treatment. And if it's any consolation to you, this is the best thing you could have done, is come here today." So that's my message. And for any man or woman or whoever, is if you have any symptoms, go to your doctor, and if you have to have a colonoscopy, have it. Because I had no symptoms whatsoever. Fit as a fiddle, nothing, no weight loss. But there was a cancerous tumour. He told me it was cancerous, and it was proved to be cancerous. So after 3 or 4 weeks, not going to South Africa, I was in hospital and I had a major operation. I was under the knife for over 4 hours, and the bowel was cut and the tumour was removed, and then they fastened the bowel together. If they hadn't been able to do that, I would have had to have had a stoma bag. But luckily, they were able to fasten the bowel back, having got rid of the tumour. For 6 weeks, I haven't been able to lift absolutely anything. I haven't been able to drive. So my message is, please, please, if you've any symptoms or whatever, go and see your doctor and get checked out. If it's caught early enough, you can survive it. I'm hoping I've survived it. I've got to go and see him in a couple of weeks' time. They did some other tests while I was under. They think they're positive, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm hoping for the best. So, as I say, I don't normally share personal information, but I think if this helps anybody out there who might think they've got symptoms or whatever, please go and get checked out. Anyway, we won't dwell on that somber note, because I'm still here and I'm feeling fine. I walked a couple of miles fast yesterday. I'm making beer and I'm drinking beer. So thanks for listening and watching. And when I put the dry hops in, because it's not under pressure at the moment, because apparently you don't pressure ferment New England IPAs, because you'd suppress the yeast, and the yeast has got to do its work and produce those ester profiles in it. But then when you put the dry hops in, you pressurise it, because you don't want any oxygen in. So I'll show you that. I might make a right mess of it. But we'll end on that. So cheers, thanks for listening and watching. And I'll hopefully catch up with you in a week or so, or well, it should be about a week when I put the dry hops in. Bye for now, everybody.